Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. I know so many of you have been asking for a specific video on Mr. Gaston here, so that's exactly what we're gonna do today. Do you smell the treats? You're gorgeous. So today I'm gonna give you not only an update on Gaston, but I'm gonna tell you his entire story and everything about him that we know and his journey here at Free Spirit Equestrian. So I had bought Gaston, I think it was like a year before I really started my YouTube, or it was maybe a couple years, something along those lines. So there are a few videos from the very, beginning. All right, so let's start with a few fun facts about Gaston. So the first one is he is a Canadian horse, which is pretty rare. And we're gonna talk more about the Canadian horse breed. Some people, when I say that, they go, well, what do you mean? Like just because a horse is from Canada doesn't make him, that's not a breed. But the Canadian horse is an actual breed. And their nickname is the Little Iron Horse. And the reason for that is they have really big, super strong hooves that are supposed to be as strong as iron. And I'll show you Gaston's hooves. They are absolutely massive. And he has never needed shoes. He's never been sore, nothing like that when it comes to his hooves. So I think that's super interesting. So they were bred to be a very diverse horse. They're bred to be able to go and plow the field, to be strong enough to do that and to actually work on the farm, but light enough to be able to go ride to town. So basically it's a perfect mixture of a riding horse and a workhorse, which is awesome because you guys know I love draft crosses and horses that are stockier, but obviously I still want something that's agile enough and athletic enough to ride. And we're going to talk more about how Gaston is under saddle and his whole breeding and everything. It makes complete sense. So how the Canadian horse started is they were actually bred in France, and then King Louis sent them over to Canada. So that's essentially, how they came to Canada. And basically they're made up of a few different breeds. Originally it was Arabian, Andalusian, and Barb. Nowadays they have Percheron and some Morgan emphasis. So it's really, really cool. And I just absolutely love Gaston. He is just an absolute sweetheart. He's so gentle and he is so fun and an absolute favorite here. I mean, he really just deserves, the spotlight because he truly has come so far. He's an incredible horse and I'm so happy that he's here. Yeah, you good boy. I've had him for over 5 years now, so he's been here, for a while. Gaston is looking gorgeous today. So he is actually wearing the Fantasia Sparkle halter right now. We are going to go ahead and do a bitless ride, so you'll get to see that. And then a lot of people just ask what equipment I use, so I usually just kind of go over it if we have time. Cole, what are you doing? So he is in our ECP saddle pad. I also have a half pad on him. This is our Black Country saddle, and then he has on a Professional Choice anatomical girth, and I did go ahead and put a ECP fleece cover over it, and then I will show you his bitless bridle too. You are so cute. Look at you standing so nice. Okay, so we are going to tell you Gaston's entire story from start to now. He just wants to snuggle, big cutie. So basically, we were looking for new horses for our riding program back in 2020 because I had just quit my government job and everything was blowing up with my program. So we ended up going, actually, she's my friend now, we went to Blackstone Stables and we tried a bunch of horses, or I did. And it was actually so funny. His original name when I went to see him was Moose. So he's just this big, black horse. His name was Moose. And I rode him. I got on and rode him. And she was like, yeah, he, needs a little more work under saddle. He was previously a driving horse and he was an Amish horse from Canada. And he's a Canadian horse. So that was the information I got on him. So I got on and rode him after seeing them ride. And he just had the smoothest gaits. Like he was very, very forward, a little bit rushy, but I could tell he had a good mind and was like relatively like safe. He just was super green, but he didn't have, the balance and strength under saddle, and we'll get more into that. But anyways, I rode him and I was like, I have to have this horse. Like he's absolutely gorgeous. I had so much fun riding him. So we purchased him, and the funny thing is, what else happened that day, Kyle?
Well, I remember you went and rode these horses and you decided on 2 of them and I hadn't even seen them or anything. And so because you went without the trailer. So then I drove you there with the trailer a day or 2 later and you're just like, oh, let's go find them. And you just told me I think you just said there's a big black horse and then there's a white horse or a gray. And I'm like, okay. And so we went and found them. And then that's the first time I saw Gaston, and then it's also the same day you purchased Arlo.
Yep, so we bought Arlo and Gaston together. It was super cool. And we loaded them up and brought them home to Free Spirit Equestrian. We did quarantine and then started working with them. So the nice part is he was broke to ride. He just was very, very green to riding. And, you know, he was really good at driving apparently, but very, very green to riding. So once he settled in and everything, I started working with him. Now, I did notice, like, he was a good boy, but I definitely think there was some issues, obviously not where I purchased him, but in his previous home, because I'm not kidding, I would pick up a brush, and anybody who knows Gaston when he first got here knows how he was. Like, nothing about him, he was always so gentle and sweet, but you would pick up a brush and he would look at you and shake. He wouldn't do anything wrong, like literally nothing. I don't know if somebody beat him. He's absolutely 1,000% completely terrified of whips, like 100%. I've done some work, you know, just like desensitizing him to some flags and whips, but he absolutely is petrified.
He'd be in the big stall where we had him, and we'd go in just to pick up a couple of pieces of poop, and you were holding the stick.
Oh, the muck fork.
Holding the muck fork, and he'd be afraid.
No, it was bad.
Yeah,
but he would never do anything. He would never bite or lash out, or he wouldn't even really move.
He just kind of backed a little.
He was scared. He was scared. And I just am like, because I know Gaston, he's literally the sweetest horse in the entire world. And I just don't know how, well, I don't know how you could do that to any horse, but
he had a rough handler.
Yes, he's so pure and innocent and just a big teddy bear. It broke my heart. So now he's gotten through a lot of that and everything. But this is just another thing. It's literally taken 5 years to get Gaston to where he is now. And there's so much to talk about. He's also the first draft cross I've ever purchased. Way before it was extremely popular. I just needed something, again, that could carry, you know, a lot of riders. And I love stocky horses, just the looks of them. It's what I prefer Gaston. He's just going to sleep through this video. That's fine. You're such a good boy. But I'm telling you right now, like, you can just tell how relaxed he is and sweet. And a lot of you have seen all the things he does, but he was not always like this. He's always been sweet, but now he's just so comfortable and happy. And it just goes to show, you know, people, they see the results, they don't see the journey. And like I said in the beginning, I didn't really have his entire journey on my YouTube because I didn't start it at that point. So people haven't seen what I've learned with all the massive project horses I've purchased, unstarted horses, but Gaston was definitely a project. So I started working with him. He got a lot better about those mannerisms that I was speaking about. He was getting stronger under saddle, but he could not even pick up his left canter lead. You gonna stretch? I literally would try everything. It's like he didn't know his left canter lead existed. Finally, I started cantering him over ground poles and like cross rails. And then when he would pick it up, I would give him huge praise. And then he started figuring it out. But he was also like, he would trot so fast, like fast as Bagheera does when she's in buggy mode. And that was like his normal trot. You know, he didn't know how to like circle well, like all that stuff. He had zero refinement, but he was still a good boy. He was not super spooky, but a tiny bit spooky when we first got him as well. So he has just come so far. But after I started making, horsefly just hit you in the butt. After I started making progress with him, unfortunately, he was injured. So he was kicked and he had a bone chip. What was it? A bone chip fracture or something? I know, right? It was on his back left. And it was right when we were making like major progress, like with his leads and everything. And he was so calm. And yeah, that really sucked. So I had my vet come out because one day I just came out and he was lame on that back left. And I was like, okay, this is really weird. We ruled out, you know, abscesses and everything. And of course took x-rays. And she's like, okay, he has this, you know, little chip fracture. It does need to be removed so that it doesn't like move around. In terms of longevity, she's like, this is literally nothing. Like, you just need to get it removed, do the rehab. He will have absolutely no limitations. It will never affect him as long as, you know, you do the rehab correctly and stuff like that. The good news was it was a huge positive prognosis. So, but you know, for me, I was just like, oh my gosh. So we took him up to Four Winds, had it removed for the surgery that was in Frankenmuth, Michigan, brought him back. It was a 7-month rehab. So it was a big deal in the sense of like, it was a long rehabilitation. And of course it was unfortunate because I just got him really, you know, a lot more fit, a lot stronger under saddle. So we did have to go through that. But the good news is he's obviously doing everything under the sun. It has not affected him. And a lot of people like freak out when they hear horses have surgery or they've been injured, but here's the truth. She also said you could just leave it, but if that chip, you know, tends to move around, it could cause like more issues than removing it. The thing is, some horses like get injured and hurt and people just like don't do anything about it, and then the horse ends up being fine. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that, but there's so many things that horses have and injuries that they completely heal from, and they're totally functional. And my vet was like, yeah, you know, checking in with him, did a bunch of checkups and after it and all of that. So yeah, long rehab. And then when I got on him again after the rehab, he kind of was like where we first started. Still better, but definitely like had to basically redo everything. So, you know, when people tell me I buy perfect horses and I don't have to put in any work, I'm just like, okay, because I know what I've had to do throughout my entire horsemanship journey, you know. So yeah, he has truly just come so far. He's done everything under the sun. Hunter paces, trail rides, multiple shows. He's done equestrian team, massive camping trips. Like I'm talking out in the mountains and in Tennessee, all over the Midwest, a bunch of different places. He's been awesome in the lesson program, a huge favorite. And he's just a phenomenal horse. Aren't you? So just over time and with just like strength building and conditioning and just being consistent, this is exactly how Gaston got to where he was today. He just naturally built up strength over time. And I think that's what people have to understand. Like it actually takes like 4 to 10 years to build true collection and strength in a horse. Like if you see 3 and 4-year-old horses collected, that's false. They can't be collected. They don't have the strength to do so because it takes several years to get to that point. So yeah, with Gaston, I just think he's really come so far, and I'm so happy to have him here at FSE. And we're gonna go ahead and go for a ride today and have some fun.
Okay, Shay said she forgot to mention, he is about 13 years old right now. We don't have any papers on him, but that's what we were told. And, you know, from our dentist and everything has confirmed that. And he's about 16 hands. Shay's sticked him before, and I think he's right at 16 hands. So good size horse.
And he's like 1,400 pounds.
1,400 pounds. And I think we know that from when he got the surgery. They had to lay him on the table and they weighed him, and he weighs 1,400 pounds. So one of our bigger horses.
He's just a big chunky.
Couldn't imagine having to lay him on a table.
Yeah, he's huge. I don't know if this was on you or Tiana last. His lip. I don't think.
He's just a hard one to let go. He still enjoys lessons. He enjoys the trail rides. He enjoys all the activities we do. He's just awesome.
My overall goal with him right now, I'm not even going to try to market him because he's happy doing what he's doing. If he wasn't, then I would move him along. But he just seems at home here. And when the right person comes along and they just really value him and love him for who he is, I'm not going to deny him that, you know, that home. But he seems very happy because he gets to be a horse here, right? All of our horses get to be with the herd. They get to be out. They get to be horses. But then they have a purpose. They have a job. But they're not overworked, right? Like they're not, you know, being run into the ground, but they're doing enough to keep them strong and to progress their strength and conditioning and their self-carriage. But they're not being pushed so hard where it's causing tons of wear and tear and, you know, like high impact. So I don't know. I love Gaston, and, you know, he's almost been purchased a couple times by students and other people, but I don't know. It's not really worth selling him if he's happy, like right now, until that perfect person comes along. And I'm not saying I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying I won't sell him. Like that's probably what will eventually happen. But right now we're just going to cruise. I mean, I'm happy. He's happy. And he's so valuable to our program too. And I really enjoy him. Honestly, everybody else gets to enjoy him more than me because he's so good that I'm letting other people ride him, you know, the students, and doing more. And yeah, so I'm excited to spend time with him today.
I mean, he's one of the few horses I ride. And the big thing about him is you can just tell how powerful he is on the trail.
But he's so smooth.
When you're going up a hill, he just powers through it.
Yep, very strong boy. He's got the stamina. It's crazy. He has stamina and strength, and he's actually pretty agile, and like he's athletic for his size. but you can still feel that strength, but he's so smooth. Like it's an awesome ride. Like I said, when I first rode him, I was like, I've got to have this horse.
So this is just my point of view, but when we're looking for draft horses, when we go to these auctions, we're basically looking for something like Gaston, something that I call a little bit more of a sporty draft, that moves well, like Shay said, isn't too big, good size, can carry people, and just, I don't know, moves out well. That's what I call a sporty draft.
His color is actually black. People think he's a bay, but in the summer, I mean, my horses are outside, so he sun bleaches a little bit. Come September, he'll turn jet black again, kind of like Bagheera. Bagheera stays pretty dark though. It just depends, it can be genetics, but no, he's actually black. He just kind of looks like a bay in the summertime. He like turns golden. Huh. Okay, we're gonna go for a ride. Wake up. Wake up. Sir? Sir? Okay, and this is our Ebony Classic bitless bridle. He actually can go in a full and the draft size. And then this is our fabulous fuchsia brow band. Looks really cute. I'm gonna show him the brow band. Look how pretty. So yeah, we're gonna get these restocked really, really soon here. But I think there's still some available as well, but you can check those out too. Okay, buddy, ready? Good job.
They're gushing over Gaston.
Gushing Gaston.
Look at him gushing.
They're so cute. riding a broke horse felt like really. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. I'm telling you, even though like Naveen, Tiana, Fantasia, they're so quiet and like gems, it's still a totally different feel than like something that's been seasoned for a few years, you know? Good boy. Oh, that's a drop. Good boy, you're so sweet. Yes, you're gonna get a treat. You're gonna get a treat. Big pretty boy. Oh, we gonna hose you down, give you some snacks. Were you so good today? Were you so good today?
Look at his lip.
I know, I love his lip so much. We'll get you some snacks. I got some over here. Come on. Come on, let's get you a treat. Come on, Gaston. Here, Gaston. You want a treat? Come here.
Oh, Koa heard it.
Koa, sorry, I only have horse treats. Come here. Gaston's favorite thing in the whole wide world is treats. And he's a big boy, so he can have a lot. All right, horse lovers, I don't think we've ever had Gaston merch. And literally, I think every other day people have been requesting Gaston content, Gaston merch, Gaston, you know, clips, everything. And a lot of people have been interested in his story. So we finally came out with some Gaston merch. It's super cute. It's something we've had before, but it's a different spin on it. It's new. Okay, so I'm presenting to you our Gushin Gaston colored sugar scrub. So what's different about this sugar scrub is it's purple, so it's super cool, and it has smaller crystals, okay, smaller sugar scrub, and it's more fine, and it smells so good. The scent is Berry Blast, and it's Gushin Gaston because everybody gushes over him because he's so sweet and handsome and sleepy. So yeah, you can check this out at the Spirited Horse Boutique. Links in the comments and the description. Everything you purchase, it goes right back into the horses or the program or the farm. It's just a great way you can support everything we do in addition to watching the videos and commenting. I truly appreciate all of your support. We have some really big goals that we're trying to accomplish, and you know, the boutique is something I can be creative with and give you something back in return with the support. So thank you so much. Check this out.
But look at his smile.
Oh, show that, yeah. Also, we got to talk about Gaston's button. This is the start and stop button. They're just bird catcher spots, but wouldn't it be so cool? Like, he's got these little spots over the years. How sweet would it be if you know me? Like, if these spots were all over him, I think I would flip. That would be so cute. Gaston, you're just stunning. Like, I cannot handle it. Oh yeah, so his hooves. He's actually due for a trim, I think, 2 days. So he's right at the end of the cycle. But anyways, they're big and strong and they're dense. Like, these hooves are dense. They really are. You getting the hose down? Pretty boy. You're so sweet. You really are. What are you doing? He's a good boy. You like him, Kyle?
Yeah?
Kyle rode him when we went to Tennessee. Like, that was intense. That trail ride was crazy. There's a video of it somewhere. I'll link it in in the description of that.
He was awesome. The only thing is he wouldn't cross the water at first.
No, he did. At just first he was like...
The first time.
Yeah, and then he was fine.
Then he was fine.
Yeah,
he was
that
awesome.
one moment was crazy. And he went up on like the island. All right, horse lovers, I really hope you enjoyed this update on Mr. Gaston. He truly is an incredible horse, and I just love having him here at Free Spirit Equestrian. I had so much fun riding him today. He's big, handsome, beautiful, tall, dark, and handsome. What more can you want, right? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like FSE, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything Free Spirit Equestrian or any updates, and I'll see you next time.